April 16th, 2011, here we are at Ringwood State Park, observing the first ever Napoleonic encampment here. Brigade Napoleon has brought reenactors representing different countries, spanning the Napoleonic period, or the early 19th century, for its first encampment. And I'm here, representing the Royal Sussex Society, with Tom Carton and Sharon, who is working the camera. We'll have a look around and see how it goes.
Hello, greetings and salutation. I represent Kiev Grenadier unit, and you may say that I'm Grenadier because I got this fancy 3-flame grenade on my shako. It's the only representation of Grenadier unit in Russian army. The rest of uniform pretty much resembles the all infantry uniform in a period. It's red cuffs, red collars, red shoulder straps, green jackets, white trousers, and because of weather I'm wearing leather gaiters to protect from brushes and, you know, all the dirt. Weapons, standard issue French patterned Charleville fusil, and it's made usually it's made in Tula, much the same, and bayonet, which is main weapon for infantry, especially Russian infantry. Why? Because Russian soldiers are supposed to buy their own lead for bullets. Obviously, being always short on money, they say, well, bayonet is much better. It's always there. This hanger, fancy hanger that I got over here, okay, worth mentioning. Each hanger got this
sword knot.
Dream sword knot, yeah. And mine represents that I'm NCO, so it's 3-color, white, red, and then black, or orange and red. In each unit, each company got special colors for each piece of this sword knot. And if a unit disgraces itself for some reason in a battle, one of the disgraceful mark, they take sword knots out of swords. And that's kind of like shame to whole existence. And biggest shame if they take your banner from the regiment, and that's mean you one step to be disassembled and dispersed for other units.
Has that happened?
It's happened. Actually, they took Paul I actually took sword knots from one of the units that was sent to Holland in 17. I don't remember year, but it was a campaign when they fight with British against France, and whole campaign was total disaster, and Paul take it on the units, and only from British ambassador who asked him to reconsider, because he said it's only 2 units that fought bravely in this campaign.
Okay, my name is Victor Iser. My nom de guerre is La Cuillère, which means in English the spoon, because I'm usually around the stove either cooking or eating, as you can see from the wonderful physique. I represent Grenadier of the Imperial Guard, known as the Vieille Garde, the Old Guard. We were the troops loyal to Napoleon from beginning to the end. We're the ones who put him in power. We went to Elba with him. We were there till the last square at Waterloo, when we refused to give in and were basically mowed down by British artillery.
So you were telling us a bit about the Imperial Guard, but what would it take to become a Guard?
Imperial Guard, first of all, you'd have to have been in at least 3 campaigns, possibly wounded or not critical, but definitely a veteran. You'd have to be 6 foot or taller, at least at the beginning. As the years went on and there were fewer and fewer good troops, they made allowances. And they said, well, you know, John was really, really good. He fought in 7 battles, but he's only 5'10". Okay, you know, stand a little straighter, passed. Basically, anyone in the Imperial Guard is 2 ranks higher than anyone in the line. So, for example, if you're a corporal, it would be considered a master sergeant, using, you know, American terms. Required, any regular line unit always salutes the Imperial Guard when we go by, as a token of respect. If Napoleon is camped anywhere, the Imperial Guard forms right away his security patrol, like you would have now, Secret Service. So wherever he goes, we go, and die to the last man, just like the Secret Service. Same idea. We were treated a little better. We had 3 uniforms when other people had 1. We had better food to eat.
Were they 3 of the same uniform, or were they different?
No. This is, except for my pants, this dress jacket would be full dress. Okay? Red turnbacks, everything. White vest. I also have what's called a surtout, which is, instead of wearing this jacket, would be just blue, buttons here, more simple. I would wear that in town. I would wear that off duty, and so on. Then in addition to that, we have sort of working clothes. So these would be pantalon de route. This is campaign pants. But if we were going to go into battle, I would take these off. I would have white culotte, you know, go to my knees. In the winter time, I would have black gaiters coming up to my knees. Summertime, white gaiters up to my knees. Pantalon de route, then we have gray gaiters underneath. So we had to look good. So we spent a lot of time polishing buttons. You had to be full dressed. The Imperial Guard were the only ones allowed to keep their hair long, and we powdered our hair before battle or before...
Your earrings too.
Yes. When you joined the Imperial Guard, the first thing they did was they punched holes in your ears, put on plain hoop earrings as a symbol that you've made it.
Well, fantastic. Could you tell us a bit about your color?
All right. This is the... Okay, this is the flag of the 3rd Regiment. Okay. Emperor of the French to the 3rd Regiment of the line. On the other side, Valeur, Discipline is the 2e Battalion, 2nd Battalion. You notice the 3 for the 3rd Regiment. But the most important thing is the eagle on top. Okay, the flag we don't really care about. It's the eagle. The eagle we defend to the death. And generally, in the later years, the eagle did not go on the battlefield because Napoleon didn't want to lose it. So before you left, there was a ceremony. The eagles then returned to the armory, and we marched just with pennants. And that way we don't lose the eagle. And here we are at Ringwood, somewhere in the middle of Europe, ready to take on our British foes in a friendly recreation of what life was like back in the early 1800s. You're welcome.
The uniform is that of the 7th Hussars, 7th Regiment of Hussars, French Light Cavalry. The rank is Squadron Commander. I'm the commander of the French Cavalry when I'm in France. 7th Hussars, green and yellow is the color for the troopers. Green and gold is for the men. The hat I'm wearing is called a kolpak. The kolpak is reserved for the elite company, the 1st company of the squadrons of the regiment. I have a banderole Giberne, which is my cartridge box. I have the saber and a sabretache, which is my writing desk, used on campaign when I'm on horseback. It gives me something that I can write on, and it normally carries paper, pencil, and other sundry items that I would have.
It's a resplendent item. Could you tell us a bit about your police?
The whole uniform is from the Hungarian Hussars. So that's our tradition. Every hussar in the world goes back to the Hungarian hussars. The police used to be, for the soldiers at that time, was a wolf skin or a lamb skin that they cover their shoulder, and it protects the rein arm on the horse. So that's what it was used for, as well as for warmth. The ceinture sharp, or the barrel sash as the British call it, was the lead line for the horses. It was just a rope that was tied around the hussars, around their waists, to tie the horses up. This used to be a haversack, and then it became the cartridge box when they started to have flintlock pistols. The pants are called charivari. These are the riding pants. The other pants we would have are called calotte anglaise, Hungarian pants, and they're the dress pants. The boots are Hungarian riding boots, always with the spurs. The saber is the only weapon that doesn't misfire. This is an original 1800 saber, French saber, very lightweight. This is important. The pistols we carry on the horseback are useless. We don't use pistols.
But this doesn't miss.
This doesn't miss.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Member of the 16th Dragoons. Their facing color is rose with hunter green backing. Basically, we were what you would call medium cavalry. And medium cavalry, though it didn't really exist, it was kind of not quite light and not quite heavy cavalry. Heavy cavalry would be the gentlemen with the metal breastplates and backplates. That's the heavy cavalry. Dragoon, we have the brass helmet with the sealskin turban, in this case it's calf, and with the horsehair mane. Now, as nice as it looks, it is functional for two things. A saber will not penetrate it. It may break your neck with it, but it'll never cut you in the back of the neck. It will not penetrate. And it's also good for letting rain drain down your backside rather than going down inside your uniform.
As a medium cavalry, what would some of your jobs be?
Anything that nobody else wanted. We had picket duties, we had communication, we'd escort wagons. Basically anything that nobody wanted to do, we got the dirty jobs of the Army. And we're universal. The whole idea with dragoons is that you were supposed to ride to a battle, dismount, and fight as infantry. That's what they were designed to do. But later in the years, the Emperor decided that dragoons were even more useful, mounted all the time. Even though he did separate certain units to have regiments on foot, that didn't prove to be good because no dragoon wants to walk. They want to ride. But we had the high boots.
Is the cape standard issue?
Standard issue, and then later on in the Empire, they actually went to sleeved cape. You'd still have this, but you had sleeves in it. This was good because you could actually get to it. But, as you can see, it's open air. So unless you keep yourself wrapped up, it wasn't very functional.
It's a bit chilly like today.
Exactly like today.
Now, did they earn a higher wage than, say, hussars? They all got paid the same?
The only ones that got paid more were anyone that's related to if they were in the guard, whether they were mounted or dismounted. The Empress Dragoons all got higher paid because they were guard issued. So they got more money for doing the same thing. And basically it was the line units, hussars, dragoons, cuirassiers, that did the bulk of the fighting initially, but yet they got paid a whole lot less to have the honor of dying for the Emperor.
At least they had that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Larry. We appreciate
no
that.
problem.
And we'll
Pleasure.
be seeing you around.
Absolutely. See you on the field of battle.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Thanks.